It was a bright and unassuming morning in New Canaan, Connecticut, on May 24, 2019. The sun filtered softly through the trees lining Wells Lane, where Jennifer Dulos, a 50-year-old mother of 5, lived in a stately rented home with her children. She had just completed the school drop-off run, a routine she carried out with unwavering devotion, and returned home. That day Jennifer had plans. She was supposed to attend several appointments. But by early afternoon, her phone went silent. Her car remained parked at her residence. And Jennifer Dulos was nowhere to be found. As hours ticked into evening, her friends grew uneasy. Jennifer was a dependable communicator, never one to ghost a meeting or ignore a call. When she failed to show up for a scheduled doctor's appointment and didn't respond to messages, her friends notified the police. A wellness check was initiated. Officers arrived at her home to find something chilling. Her car was there, but she wasn't. More disturbingly, bloodstains were found in the garage. The scene bore signs of a violent altercation: smears, droplets, and a large pool of blood that had been attempted to be cleaned. The samples were later confirmed to be Jennifer's. Inside the house, nothing else appeared out of place. Her purse, her keys, even her phone were missing. But the garage told another story: a desperate, failed effort to cover up what looked like a violent crime scene. The police immediately sealed the property, and Jennifer's disappearance was now considered suspicious and potentially fatal. As the investigation took shape, detectives turned their attention to Jennifer's estranged husband, Fotis Dulos. The couple had been locked in a contentious divorce and custody battle since 2017. Jennifer had alleged emotional abuse, manipulation, and feared for her safety. She claimed Fotis had exhibited controlling behavior, and even accused him of threatening to kidnap their children. She filed more than 500 pages of documents detailing her concerns about Fotis's volatile temperament and his refusal to comply with court-mandated guidelines. Fotis, a wealthy luxury home builder originally from Greece, had been living in Farmington with his new girlfriend, Michelle Triconis, a Venezuelan national and former television host. The lifestyle contrast between Jennifer and Fotis had become striking. She, a Yale-educated writer and stay-at-home mother. He, a brash businessman living in an extravagant mansion with a woman Jennifer believed was introduced to the children far too early. As New Canaan detectives combed through security footage, mobile phone records, and GPS data, the pieces of a gruesome puzzle began to form. Surveillance video captured a black Ford Raptor pickup truck, similar to the one Fotis often drove, circling Jennifer's neighborhood in the early hours of May 24. That same truck was later tracked through Hartford, with Fotis and Michelle seen stopping at multiple locations, disposing of garbage bags in various bins across the city. When investigators retrieved some of those bags, what they found was shocking: clothing soaked in Jennifer's blood, a blood-stained sponge, and cleaning supplies. DNA analysis linked both Fotis and Jennifer to the contents. Even more damning, Michelle's fingerprints were found on one of the garbage bags. Michelle Triconis initially denied knowledge of any wrongdoing. But under mounting pressure, her story began to unravel. She admitted she had lied in earlier interviews with the police and said she was afraid of Fotis. She claimed he had returned home on May 24, sweaty and disheveled, and instructed her to help him clean a red-stained truck seat. She didn't ask questions. Still, despite the mounting evidence, Jennifer's body remained missing. The lack of a physical body complicated prosecution efforts. Yet the circumstantial and forensic evidence painted a stark picture. Fotis Dulos was charged with tampering with evidence and hindering prosecution. Later, in January 2020, as evidence accumulated, including his DNA found mixed with Jennifer's blood in the garage, he was charged with her murder. Facing a capital case and drowning in legal fees and public scrutiny, Fotis's behavior became increasingly erratic. On January 28, 2020, the morning he was due in court, Fotis failed to appear. Police performed a wellness check at his home and found him inside his garage, unresponsive from carbon monoxide poisoning. He had attempted suicide. He was rushed to the hospital and declared dead 2 days later. In a note left behind, Fotis maintained his innocence. He wrote that he had not killed Jennifer and that his death was not an admission of guilt, but rather an escape from the agony of being vilified in the media. To many, the note seemed more like a desperate deflection than a genuine denial. Michelle Traconis, however, survived the storm of legal fallout. She was later charged with conspiracy to commit murder, tampering with evidence, and hindering prosecution. Her case is ongoing, and she has pleaded not guilty. Kent Mawhinney, a former attorney and friend of Fotis, was also charged in the conspiracy. It is alleged that he may have helped plot Jennifer's murder and cover-up, though the extent of his involvement remains unclear. For Jennifer's family and friends, the pain endures. Her 5 children, now orphans, are being raised by Jennifer's mother, Gloria Farber, who has remained steadfast in her pursuit of justice. In court hearings, Gloria has sat silently, holding a photo of her daughter, never letting her face be forgotten. What emerged from Jennifer's disappearance was not just a tragic story of domestic violence and murder, but a rallying cry for reform. Her case shined a light on the limitations of the family court system, especially in cases involving abuse allegations. Advocates demanded stronger protections for mothers who report domestic threats, stricter visitation rights, and more accountability for family court judges and attorneys who dismiss women's fears as overreactions. Though Jennifer's remains have never been recovered, her memory is anything but lost. Her blog entries, her voice as a mother, and her advocacy for her children continue to echo through those who knew her. A foundation was created in her name, aimed at protecting women caught in dangerous relationships and navigating family courts. This case revealed the dark undercurrent behind seemingly perfect families and affluent facades. It showed how a mother's quiet fear can be dismissed, until it becomes an unthinkable reality. Jennifer did everything the system asked. She filed motions, she documented threats, she left the home. But the system wasn't enough to protect her. Now, her name stands as a solemn warning. Listen to women when they say they are afraid. As the sun set over New Canaan in the days after her disappearance, candles were lit and vigils held. Her friends remembered her laugh, her kindness, and the love she had for her children. And somewhere, tucked inside the woods of Connecticut or buried beneath concrete, lies the body of a woman who saw the storm coming, tried to escape it, and paid the ultimate price for speaking out. To all our viewers, thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please consider subscribing to our channel for more gripping true crime investigations. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Your support keeps these stories alive and helps raise awareness for those still seeking justice.